One common tense error is not adding ing to the base verb, along with is, am, or are, to indicate the present continuous tense. For example, he eat dinner right now. This sentence is not the correct present continuous tense to express the action in which he is currently eating. The correct sentence should be, he is eating dinner right now. Review quiz. She study for the test tomorrow. There is a tense error in this sentence. Please correct it. The correct answer is, she is studying for the test tomorrow. Adding is before the verb study makes it present continuous, and tomorrow indicates the future, so this form is appropriate. Let's go through some common tense errors and their corrections with simple explanations. Let's look at some examples of common tense errors and how to correct them. 1. Incorrect, I went to the store yesterday. Correct, I went to the store yesterday. Since this sentence refers to something that happened in the past tense, went, should be used instead of go. 2. Incorrect, they eat breakfast at 7. Correct, they eat breakfast at 7. For the plural subject, they, the form of the verb, eat, should be, eat, not, eats. 3. Incorrect, she will come home late tonight. Correct. She will come home late tonight. When using will, you must use the verb infinitive, come. 4. Incorrect, we were at the concert last night. Correct. We were at the concert last night. The past tense of be verb for the plural subject, we, is, were, not, was. 5. Incorrect, you have seen him last week. Correct, did you see him last week? When asking about past facts, use the present perfect tense of have seen instead of. Review quiz. My brother plays soccer every Sunday. There is a tense error in this sentence. How should I correct it? The correct answer is, my brother plays soccer every Sunday. The correct present simple tense is to add s to play and write plays so that it goes well with the third person singular subject, my brother. This sentence is used to express daily activities that occur every week. When used with the time expression, every Sunday, it becomes the present simple tense. Past perfect continuous tense is used to indicate something that started and continued before a specific point in the past. To form this tense, add the present participle ing form of the verb to had been. Here are 10 example sentences. 1. She had been studying English for 2 years before she moved to the USA. 1. She had already studied English for 2 years before moving to the United States. 2. They had been working at the company for 5 years before they got promoted. 2. They had been working at the company for 5 years before being promoted. 3. I had been waiting for the bus for 30 minutes when it finally arrived. 3. We had been planning our trip for months before we finally booked our flights. 4. We had been planning our trip for months before we finally booked our flights. 4. I had been planning the trip for months and finally booked my flight. 5. He had been playing the guitar since he was a teenager before he started a band. 5. They had been playing the guitar since he was a teenager before he started a band. 6. They had been discussing the issue for hours before they reached a consensus. 6. The team had been training for the competition for several weeks before it was cancelled. 7. The team trained for several weeks to participate in the competition, but the competition was cancelled. 8. She had been looking for her keys all morning before she found them in her bag. 9. They had been trying to solve the puzzle for the whole evening before they gave up. 9. They had been trying to solve the puzzle all evening before they gave up. 10. I had been jogging regularly every morning before I sprained my ankle. 10. I jogged consistently every morning until I sprained my ankle. Past perfect continuous tense indicates something that started and continued before a certain point in the past. To create this tense, use the present participle verb ing after had been. In these sentences, we can see how the past perfect continuous tense is used to indicate that an action or state in the past continued until some other point in the past. Future perfect continuous tense is used to express an action or state that will continue until a certain point in the future. This tense is created by adding the present participle ing form of the verb to will have been. Example sentences are 1. By 2023. They will have been living in that house for 10 years. 1. By 2023. They will have been living in that house for 10 years. 2. I will have been working on this project for 6 months by the time it's complete. 2. I will have been investing all night by the time we meet in the morning. 3. She will have been studying all night by the time we meet in the morning. 3. She will be studying all night until we meet in the morning. 4. We will have been traveling for 3 weeks by the time we return home. 4. By the time we return home, we will have been traveling for 3 weeks. 4. By the end of the race, he will have been running for over 2 hours. 5. By the end of the race, he will have been running for over 2 hours. 5. By the end of the race, he will have been running for over 2 hours. The future perfect continuous tense is used to indicate how long a present action will continue at some point in the future. To use this tense, you must use the ing form of the verb after will have been. In this way, we can express how an action that started at some point in the future has lasted or will continue until that point.